Hey everybody, Omar here, your knife of the party guy, and I am back with another fun-filled video for you. And like I said earlier, I've got two knives that I wanted to consider as honorable mentions as a follow-up to my video 2 weeks ago where I did my 3 all-time favorite knives in my entire 40-piece South African knife collection. I actually, the first one was the Mvubu, and the second one, honorable mention, is this knife right here. This is the Andre Thorburn Compact 51 front flipper. I think this is another one of those knives that made such an impact in the custom world that somewhere in everyone's custom collection, this knife exists. In there somewhere. It's just a really great overall knife. Just for the size of the knife is perfect. The action on it, obviously in ceramic ball bearings. We've got the fall shut action on this thing, which is really great. Steel on it is CTS XHP, although he's also released it in N690. But the more popular one is what I have here, which is a CTS XHP. This one's got the carbon fiber twill on it overall throughout the entire knife. Really just elegantly done, really beautiful. Love the blue screw or the blue pivot screw on it to match. We've got beautiful blue titanium liners. This is not a one-of-a-kind. This is actually Andre Thorburn, I think, maybe made like 10 of these in the blue carbon fiber twill. But yeah, this is another one of those knives that kind of reminds you, well, if South Africa had a 00562, what would it be? Probably this knife. It's just, not only is it aesthetically pleasing, but it's got great cutting performance. It's got amazing ergonomics. You've got the beautiful custom file work on the back. I mean, if you wanted to buy your first custom, I don't doubt this may be, I definitely recommend this first as your custom, as your very first high-end custom. Yeah, I mean, it's an expensive knife, I'll give you that. The knife goes for about I believe it's like $7.85 for this knife, but it is well worth it. It's just an elegantly well done piece. I really can't say much more about it. Again, this is one of those knives where if you are a custom knife collector, you've come across this knife, you've seen this knife. This knife is probably in your collection, or if it's not in your collection, it's going to wind up in your collection. It's one of those high-end customs that became really very, very popular. And again, it's what's considered Andre Thorburn's calling card for the other custom, to draw you to the other custom knives that he makes. So this is pretty much Andre Thorburn's signature piece. He does a lot of different design knives, a lot of different models, but I think this knife pretty much promoted his career in some way because everybody seemed to have caught on to this custom just because of the shape of it, the look of it. The fact that the drop point blade, I mean, the knife looks almost like it was American made, with the shape, and the design of it. And there are a lot of knives out there, with a similar profile. But this one's kind of got the extra with the ceramic ball bearings, and you got all the nice, custom, file work on the back, plus the fact that the knife is made by hand. Yeah, this is just one of those customs that you come across it and you kind of think to yourself, I gotta have this one. I just absolutely gotta have this one. In fact, this was not my first custom, South African custom, but it just seems like it should have been to open me up to the to collecting South African knives, I think this easily would have done it for me. Especially coming from the production world where, you know, you've bought your share of high-end production knives and now you're ready to slam right into maybe a Chris Reeve or into your very first custom high-end piece. This knife is the one that I think everyone kind of has heard about. And probably, if they're going to go for their very first custom, somewhere in their collection would be this one. The performance that you get, the ergonomics on this are just fantastic. I love the finger grooves on the knife. It's just telling you where your hand is supposed to go. There's no fumbling around with it. The jimping on the knife is perfect. It's a little bit aggressive, but not so aggressive that it hurts. You know, you've got really great grip on it if you're going to be using this for some heavy-duty cutting. Yeah, this knife will handle it, I guarantee it. CTX XHP is no slouch of a steel. It's an amazing steel as well. So it's a really nice choice as an EDC carry. And, you know, if you were ever to consider maybe getting your very first custom, even more so over the Mbubu, I would probably choose this. Just because the ergonomics are great. You've got really nice file work on the back. It's a really great steel, and it cuts incredibly well. Not really much more I can say on this one, but it made my honorable mentions list because I think, again, it's made that much of an impact in the South African community. Everybody in South Africa knows about this knife. They've heard about the knife. They even know that it comes in this blue carbon fiber twill. So it's incredibly popular, an incredibly popular piece to own as far as what we would consider to be better than a really good knife. In other words, an excellent cutting tool. This knife definitely falls into that category. And to get all the custom accents along with it, you really can't go wrong because the blue carbon fiber twill just screams out at you. It's just incredibly beautiful. And it's just all blue carbon fiber twill. I mean, it just looks beautiful. You know, there's nothing more that I can say about it. Yeah, Andre Thorburn's compact L51, it has made that much of an impact on me, and on the knife community as well. He's also made a larger version of this knife. I believe it's like 3.5 inches. Same knife, larger size, but I think this size kind of does the job just as well. You're not going to get any better. You won't be disappointed if this were to be your very first custom piece. In fact, it would probably open you up to buy more custom knives in the future. Again, this is yeah, Andre Thorburn's calling card for his business, for his knife making business. I mean, it's just a perfect example of fit, finish, and overall good quality. Yeah, you really can't go wrong. So that's it. My two honorable mention knives, I really wanted to mention them. Again, this is another one of those knives that if I wasn't sure what to carry, I'll just grab this one and get out of the house. It's just a fun piece to have. And I've enjoyed it, and this is definitely one that's going to be a keeper in my collection. It's not ever going to leave. Just like the Mbubu, it's never going to leave my collection. And even though it's not a one-of-a-kind, I love the way the knife looks. I love the way the knife performs. I have used this knife. I haven't abused it, but I have used it lightly. It does the job. You know, I don't know what more I can say about it. Other than it's remained a staple, you know, in the knife buying community. Somewhere along the way, people tend to talk about this knife and what it has to offer you. as a knife user and as a knife collector. So that's all I have to say, and that's all I have for now. I will not be buying any knives for a while, so hopefully I'll be able to fill my time with more discussion videos. I do have a knife coming, but I don't think I'll be getting that anytime soon. That one's going to be made by Mitchell Clark. It's a great, this hobby has led me down the road of just total indulgence, and while I don't regret any of it, there comes time when you're gonna have to take a break. Otherwise, you'll get a little too carried away. So this is Omar, your knife of the party guy, signing off with the Andre Thorburn Compact 51 flipper, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a wonderful Saturday night.